Hey y'all, good morning. I'm actually running a little bit behind, but that's okay. This is your girl Tanetta, your life coach, your social worker, your best friend. Just here to tell y'all hello and good morning. This is the Car Chronicles, but I have no idea what the Car Chronicles this morning is going to be talking about. I know yesterday, I don't know if y'all got a chance to, hey, wait a minute, man, do you see me or what? Okay. Go ahead, lady, I can't get through. I mean, what? Got a chance to see the Car Chronicles yesterday about on my Speak Your Truth page, the coaching page, about how to deal with difficult people, and of course a little bit about forgiveness. I'll talk more about forgiveness on next week though, on that workshop Sunday. But I was saying all that to say just that life sometimes is just throw you some bananas and oranges and all types of stuff in a bowl. I guess I put it that way. Just life can just be crazy sometimes. And I know that, of course, I don't know. I'm sure I probably told y'all now, last week actually, that I was moving, relocating, that kind of thing next month. And I just want to, I guess I can just talk about that this morning, because I know I was thinking about some things last week as far as, of course, we can move anywhere that we want to move in the whole entire world. And I'm sure we all know that we can, if you want to, I guess I put it that way. But one thing we have to realize, no matter where you move to, no matter what you're doing in this world, or wherever you're living, whatever your address is, that if you're moving somewhere next, or even if it's around the corner, if you're moving to that space with the same mindset, with the same get up and go, I guess I put it that way, then your life is going to be the same type of life you lived previously. Nothing's going to change for you. And like I said, there was one thing which I already knew that, but like I said, there was one thing that I was, of course, thinking about a lot last week, as far as what things that I want to do differently and change differently since I'm moving somewhere different. I guess I put it that way, because I know that by doing the same things and living the way that I'm living now, I'm not saying there's a bad life at all, I'm not saying that, but just living the way that I'm living now, if I want to see different, I have to start doing some more different things. I guess I put it that way, and bringing some more change into my life as well. Oh, Lord. Y'all, I'm actually on Grand driving. But like I said, as far, because I did talk to my partner about it last week too, and those are some of the things that, well, some of the things we're going to actually work on together. Ooh, it's a bug outside my window. I wish I can show y'all, but I can't pick up my phone. But it's like a little crawly thing. I don't even know what it is, y'all. I can't even show y'all what it is. It's a bug on my window. I thought it was on the inside at first, but it's on the outside. He's gone. But like I said, definitely, like I said, no matter where you're moving to, no matter whether it's an address in the same town around the corner or one that's out the state or out the country, we must know that in order for you to, of course, create a different you, I guess, when you move to those different places, that you're going to have to change some things about you, especially if you want to see different. Now, if you don't want, I'm only talking to those who want to see different. If you don't want to see different, you don't care, that kind of thing, this don't even apply to you. Like I said, more because I know this is not for everybody. And everybody's not at the stage that's still ready to change and can change like this, or just go ahead and make a change today and go ahead and do it tomorrow. I know everybody's not at that stage. I've made myself to that stage, yes. But I know a lot of people that may follow me, that they may not be there yet. I understand that. So like I said, this is only for certain people. But just keep in mind, like I said, if you're wanting to relocate, to move, do whatever you're trying to do, that if you're wanting to expect different when you move on, now I'm moving to California to have a better life and to do all these things, that's fine and dandy for you to say that. But if you're not putting any action behind those words, then what was the whole point? Like I said, you definitely have to realize that something in your life has to change if you're trying to become a better person, a business owner, or a mother, or a homeowner, whatever, or a better employee, or moving up on the employee ladder. Whatever you're trying to do, you have to become that person and learn those skills, learn the talents, whatever it is, in order to get there. It doesn't just happen overnight, regardless of what comes out of your mouth. I've said many things. I'm going to do this when I move here. I'm going to do this when I go there. All this kind of stuff. But that was back when I was younger. I didn't realize that if I don't change things where I'm at now, in order to, of course, make those changes when I relocate, things were not going to happen. That's just with myself. Not saying you can't change when you get there. I'd have asked for you to do it way before then. But like I said, that's just how I do myself. I have to make those changes way before I get to the place that I'm going to. I don't care if it's a job, business, whatever. It's a new house, whatever it is. Like I said, I know I tell myself that. I'd advise you to do the same, but it's your life. You can do as you please. But you just got to know that if you want changes in your life, no matter what you're doing, where you're moving to, what rank you're moving up in, you have to start making some type of changes. Whether that's changes to become more consistent in what you're doing, even if it's a better relationship. I guess I'll talk about relationships. Even if it's a better relationship for yourself. If you're looking to, of course, you're looking to I guess, to start dating and that kind of thing, what are some things you have to change about yourself? If you're not good at communicating with a partner, you don't know how to be vulnerable, open up. You don't know how to be intimate with the partner. You don't know how to date a partner. Those are things that you failed at in the past, and that you expect your partner to always schedule things and do things for you. You don't doing things for them. At some point, you have to start doing things for your partner as well. At some point, you have to be the bigger person sometimes to step up and say, I made a mistake. I was wrong. I take responsibility for whatever part you play in whatever situation. But if you're one who, of course, is still blaming your partner or blame people in the past that you've been dating or that kind of thing, or your husband, whoever it was, wife, that they did all this stuff to you and these kind of things, but you're not willing to, of course, to tighten up your boundaries, then that's an issue that you have, not them. And like I said, that's something that you may want to look at to change. I know I had to do that too when I was, of course, going from my marriage to divorce, another relationship and that kind of thing. I had to change some things about me as well. I knew that I couldn't keep, because I was, of course, back then I had a horrible temper. Y'all may not be able to see it now, but I used to be all upset, howling, yelling. It wasn't until I started going on my healing journey, a lot of those kind of things died down and stopped. But I was one, when I heard my partner say something, he was the same kind of way, fiery attitude too, same way. So we, of course, just go back and forth and that kind of thing, which wasn't healthy for either one of us. And like I said, I had to learn and realize that if I wanted to see different, I had to do different. Even if that mean a different person. And I did leave that person. Even if that meant doing it with a different person, then that's what that means. And hey, sis Sharitha, good morning. I hope that you're doing well. But like I said, if you wanted to do different, no matter where you're moving to, if it's a new house, a new relationship, a new job, a new business, you have to start doing different. I don't know what's going on in your life, just like you, well, you know some things, because I tell a lot of things in my life anyway already, but you're the best person and the scholar of your own life. You know what's going on in your life, and you know what you've been through. You know what kind of behaviors you have in the past. You know what kind of things you should probably change moving towards your future. You know that. Woo. What in the world? It was a bird that flew past the window, y'all. Lord have mercy. But like I said, you're the scholar and the superstar of your life. You know those things. Regardless as to whether you hire me as a coach or hire anybody else as a coach, business coach, anything else, they can only tell you so much. You have to know those things as well. And be willing to work on those things that's deep down that you're refusing to work on because you don't want to change those things. Or may be scared to change those things. I guess I put it that way. I was scared to change things at first because I had no idea how things were going to turn out. How my life was going to be, whether I found another partner, whether I actually get a business, or whatever the case may be. I was scared to move ahead too, but I still did anyway. Push myself through that fear. I know some folks aren't to that point yet, but like I said, that's the best thing that you can do for yourself. I had to learn that the hard way. To push yourself through all the fear that you can in order to create a better life for yourself. And nobody else going to do it for you. Whether I'm a coach or anybody else, I don't care how many coaches you get, how many therapists you get. If you're not willing to push through all the hard things when those folks are not around, then what is the point? If you're hiring them or trying to work with them, anything else, you have to do that for yourself. They can guide you along those paths to a certain extent, but if you won't let them in, and if you're not telling your own self the truth in your downtimes when you're at home alone, then how are things going to change for you? I know that was a hard thing that I had to face I don't know how long ago, 2017, 18, had to tell myself all those and would ask myself all those hard questions and give myself those hard truths and answers as well. Why am I always, we just run the light. These folks here run the light all the damn time, y'all. Lord, okay. But like I said, asking yourself those hard questions. A lot of us don't want to do that because we don't know. We don't want to open up those can of worms, I guess I put it that way. We don't want to be mad at so-and-so because they molested us, or so-and-so because they beat us back in the day, or whatever it was. We don't want to get mad at so-and-so and bring up all those old things that may have happened, but you still reliving those old things to this day. If you were getting triggered by somebody's name, somebody's face, or a similar situation that you've been through in the past, then you still have some healing to do. It's not going out of your system yet, I guess I put it that way. Like I said, a lot of us don't want to hear that. I didn't want to hear that. This happened to me actually this past week. I was talking about it yesterday in the video that I did yesterday on my Speak Your Truth page, actually, about dealing with how to deal with difficult people. The person that I'm renting from gave her, of course, my little notice. I was moving, all that kind of stuff. Almost 2 month notice, that kind of thing. And since actually I told her way before that, but she's been having, I don't know if it's an attitude. I have no idea. Whatever the hell the situation. I guess jealousy. I don't know what it is. Whatever it is, she's been having a nasty ass attitude and being very nitpicky and ridiculous since then. I put it that way. And I was trying my best to, of course, I know you can't avoid everybody, because I said that in the video yesterday as well, but I was trying my best not to deal with her. The last few conversations that we had, I, of course, had to go off on this lady. I hate to go off on anybody that's older than me, any elder that I ever been around. I've never even cursed around an elder, not even in my family. I don't care if you're 1 year older than me, I'm not going to curse in front of you at all. That's just me, and that's just the way I was raised. I was raised by, of course, my older aunts and grandmothers, and of course my parents. I didn't curse in front of them either. I think actually once, I think I did. It slipped. But other than that, that was it. And I went off on this lady because I was like, okay, and I had to, well, since then I hadn't even talked to her. That was maybe like a month ago or something. I don't know how long ago, a month and a half, something like that ago. And I had to realize that I am way bigger than that. That I've came a long way since I did that stuff back in the past. Not just avoiding people that I get in your face. I'm hollering, yelling, doing all this kind of stuff. And like I said, I had to stop myself from doing those things and work on why I was angry back then. And then I had to figure out with this situation, why in the hell was I so angry with this lady? And I know why I was angry with the lady. I talked about that in that video yesterday as well. I know Maya Angelou always, it was a quote that she had. It's not what you did, but it's how you made them feel. It's something, it's a little bit longer than that, of course, but the only part that I remember, the part that I know is not what you did, but it's how you made them feel. And my dealings with her for the last, I don't know, 2-3 years. I don't know how long we've been standing there, y'all. I don't know. Maybe it's been 2 years, 2.5 years, something like that. I don't know. But my dealings with her since I've been in that apartment, not in the first few months, but maybe like the first 6 months after that, it just seemed like it's been just like, what the hell is going on? I'm not racist at all. I try to say I love everybody, even though some people get on my nerve and all this kind of stuff. She's one that has gotten on my nerve. I guess I put it that way. And like I said, I had to figure out why. Why was I so angry and upset with this lady? Every time I saw her number coming across my phone. So I took a few weeks, took a step back, thought about these things, tried to figure out why was I so triggered by this lady. For one, she's an older white lady. She's in her 80s. For two, when she talks to me, my partner, my granddad before he got too sick, other people that I've known, most of them, I think, yeah, all of them are black except for one. She always talked down to us, I guess I put it that way. Like we were like second class people, like we didn't know anything. I don't like people, especially when it comes from a white person talking to me like that. I knew that was one of the things. And like I said, to me, I feel as though she either is racist or classist or both. I'm not sure which one. I have no idea. I never asked her. At this point, I really don't care, but I'm not sure which one. But I just know these are things I had to work through to figure out why was I so triggered by this lady. Then it took me into thinking about, over like the last, like I said, month and a half, thinking about all the times I was in grade school and middle school and high school and these little white kids, oh, these niggers, and can I feel your hair is so this and all this kind of stuff. I didn't know when I was going to grade school. I knew when I got to middle school and high school to not let them do that, I guess I put it that way. But I wasn't taught all that. I guess I'd say that. But back in grade school, I wasn't. I guess they must have been. I wasn't. But like I said, that brought back all those kind of memories. Then I had this little teacher back in, I think it was 4th grade. Hold on, 5th grade. It was an older white lady that I had as a teacher. I knew she didn't like me at all. I was the smartest fucking person in that classroom. Had straight A's on everything. I don't know if she was math or English. I can't remember what she taught, but I was in grade school, was in the 5th grade. She actually flunked me. I had straight A's, like I said, I had a 4.0. She flunked me because of my citizenship, she claimed. I didn't know how to respect her. So I had to repeat the 5th grade over again. And all those things got brought up when every time this lady called my phone. I guess the person that I'm renting from called my phone. And like I said, I avoided her for at least the past few weeks so I can get myself together to figure out why was I being so triggered by her. Those are the things that I realized. Yeah, it's her too, but like I said, I definitely had to work through those things to make sure that I can, of course, calm myself down and not be so triggered when I talked to her twice on Sunday, this past Sunday. Was just fine talking to her. Because I had to realize that I know hurt people for one. That I realized that she's going to be the way that she is until she dies, I'm sure. There's nothing I can do to change that. She's a difficult person. She must be unhappy as a difficult person, I'm sure. That's how it comes off as well, but that's on her. That's a life that she chose. That's her doing. Guess I put it that way. But like I said, I definitely have to realize that if I'm letting her control my attitude and my behavior and that kind of thing, that she has control over my life at that point. At least that's how I look at it. She may not have had control over my whole life. I understand what you're probably saying. But to me, when it comes to my behavior, character, attitude, anything like that, if somebody has so much power to, of course, to make me mad all of a sudden, this kind of thing, or whatever the case may be, they say something, I'm getting offended, then they have control over me at that point. And I've allowed them to do so. And like I said, that was one thing, when you deal with difficult people, you have to realize that if you know those things about yourself and start digging deep to figure out why somebody's triggering you, no matter if it's a partner or a boss or a person you're renting from, or I don't know, your own parents. You have to figure those things out for yourself and create those changes on your own, y'all. Like I said in the beginning, yes, you can have all the coaches you want, therapists, whatever the case may be, but until you're able to, of course, voice what's happened to you, voice the way that those things made you feel, and then voice the things that you want to see different in your life and how you want to do different, then those things will not change in your life. You'll still see the world through hurt eyes. You'll see the world through all the triggers that you have. You'll see the world through resentment, bitterness, all anger, all those types of things. I saw the world like that for years. And that's why I'm on here telling y'all this. I saw the world like that for years until I started making intentional changes about myself. From my relationships with my partners, husband, whoever I was married to back in the day, other long-term partners, with the bosses that I had, with the people I rented from, with the friends that I had as well. I had to, and with my own health and fitness and my own mentality, I had to start making those changes. Yeah, I've had a few coaches and that kind of thing. Let me see, 3 actually. And of course I bought courses and stuff like that since then, all that kind of stuff. But one-on-one work, I've had 3 of those so far. Like I said, it wasn't until I started making the changes, started telling myself those hard things I did not want to hear. How the sexual abuse may have affected me and my relationships and my sex life. I had to start telling myself those things. How my parents, domestic violence, my daddy beat my mom all the time. Them using drugs, how that made me feel. Feel like I was abandoned. I wasn't taught anything. Well, I was taught some things, a few things. But like I said, I didn't feel that I was taught what I wanted to be taught, I guess, or I should have been taught. I guess I put it that way. Now, I know they may not, they did not have the capacity to do so. I know that now. That's why I'm learning those things on my own now. But like I said, we have to learn how to face those things. Until we face those things, yes, I'm not saying to dwell there and stay there for years and years and years. You can do this, some people can do this in a few days, a week, a month, that kind of thing. Then you don't have to stay there long at all. You can actually do it in a day if you want to. Just depends on how hard you're willing to work to get these things out. They don't have to stay within for a long time. But I know, like I said, I'm 45 and a half years old now. A lot of these things up until I was like before I was 30. A lot of these things I kept inside. I was an angry ass person. Always mad, always upset. I hate you. I hate this. I hope you die. I said all those kind of things to people. And like I said, of course, you can apologize all you want, or I can apologize for all I want. But I'm sure it's how I made the people feel back in the day as well. I can't right the wrong now. It's already said and done. Yes, I apologize, that kind of thing. Like I said, it's not what I did, it's how I made the people feel. I know that now. I was really bad with that as a teenager growing up, that kind of thing. But like I said, I had to learn that I could not keep doing that. I had to figure out where my anger was coming from. Where I was getting upset at people, that kind of thing. So like I said, if you want to change something in your life, you have to actually get down to the nitty-gritty and figure out what it is that you need to change. You know that. You know you're the scholar of your life. You're the superstar of your life, so you know that. Nobody else knows that. I don't care if it's the same pattern that you're having in relationships. If you're dating people who are constantly being abusive or constantly putting you down, talking down to you, that's something within you have to change. Where did that first start? Did it start from your parents, or did it start from, I don't know, your first relationship, or did it start from sexual abuse where your power was taken away? Where did it first start at? You know those things. You swept them up. I'm sure swept them up under the carpet. I did that as well back in the day. But you're going to live the world through that same pattern, those hurt eyes, until you change something. Change that pattern and stop that pattern in some kind of way. We all have strengths, and we all have gifts and talents and all those types of things. We all have ways that we deal with the world. But until you start dealing with the world through your eyes and whatever happened to you and trying to resolve some of those things, you're going to keep going through that same relationship pattern of being abused all the time. Yes, while it may be hard to tell somebody you don't want to date them no more, or you want to leave them alone, or have me hurt because you may not want to be alone. Or it may hurt because you have to actually face this person and tell this person that you no longer love them or want the treatment that they're giving you. Yeah, that's hard as hell. I've had to do it twice. The other ones, short term, I really didn't care about that stuff. It was already over. But my actual marriage and the other long-term relationship that I had to tell them face to face that I was leaving you for whatever reasons. The first, my marriage, I was being cheated on. Found out I knew it was one, but then I found out he had 2 others. So it was 3 kids in total. Under about a year old. 2 years maybe. I think under like a year old. I found out. And I had to let him know, like I told him before, if you cheat on me, I'm leaving. I told him that way before we even got married. I don't play those games. I ain't got time. I don't care. We've been married 14,000 years. If you cheat on me, I'm gone. Hit me, I'm gone. Anything like that. I'm going to hit your ass back first, but I'm still gone. And the other relationship, that was almost 8 years. Very unhappy, constantly being accused of stuff. He was very insecure. Nothing was changing. We were arguing every single day, being blamed for stuff every single day, being looked at like I was just a scum of the earth every single day, being made to feel like I was shit every single day. I told him I had to leave too. Set him down, let him know why I was leaving. He was all upset. Okay, fucking deal with it. I really don't care. From the how you made me feel, this is just one little segment of your life. I'm sure y'all may want to call it narcissistic or whatever somebody else said had told me. I don't care about the terms. It's what you did and how you make me feel. I don't care about all those terms. But like I said, we have to muster up enough courage to do so. We all have to have that courage deep down whenever we want to about certain things. But when it comes to relationships, it seems like we forget about that courage. We don't have to cater to somebody because they're our partners or we fucking them. We don't have to do that at all. I don't care how good the sex is, the pussy is, the dick is, or whatever it is that this person's giving you, even if it's money or whatever it is. If they're treating you wrong, you can always do better. Even if it's doing better with yourself. You can have sex with yourself if that's all you want. You can make money with yourself if that's what you want until you find somebody else. And like I said, I've always known that because like I said, I've known that my mother was being beaten by my dad like that. And I refused to, of course, I've never been in any relationship like that at all. I'm not going to deal with it. Any kind of abuse. Now, I may have been the one that tried to hit the person, yes. But never been abused myself, no. I will never be done like that. I will kill your ass first, but I always told everybody, I ain't got time. I don't play those games. I know others may. I just don't because I've seen it happen to not just my mom, but other aunts and cousins and that kind of thing. Many of them. I'm not dealing with that. But like I said, at some point, if you're wanting to leave and get out of that situation, I know some of the domestic violence situations may not be just able to leave right then that day. But like I said, if it's something that you're not happy with, that kind of thing, and you're trying to work things out, you're trying to work things out, trying to do your best and trying to figure out ways to get things to work, at some point you have to realize that it may not even be able to work. Now, I don't care if it's with a partner, if it's with your family, with your mama, your daddy, whoever it is. It could be with your auntie, your grandparents, I don't know. It could be with the job. Because I've had to leave jobs because of crazy ass bosses as well. Disrespectful bosses, ridiculous bosses. I've done that as well. And like I said, at some point we have to realize is either you're going to put up with the treatment and be treated any old kind of way, or you're going to figure out a way to do better for yourself, even if that means being by yourself for a while. When I left my husband, I was celibate and alone for by choice actually, by about 3.5, almost 4 years. When I left my other partner, I don't know, it was about a year, maybe, I don't know. We had broken up a while before he left. He didn't even want to leave the household, actually. Almost 8 months down the road, I'm constantly asking him, when you're leaving? I can't find a place to stay, so I helped his ass find a place to stay. I didn't give them any money. I helped them look for it, go interview for it, and find it. Other than that, you have to get out of my house. You're still causing me ruckus, still causing just issues, all this kind of stuff going on. I'm like, this is just totally ridiculous. Like I said, I know some folks are maybe scared to do that. But like I said, it gets to a point sometimes where you're sick and tired of being sick and tired. Like I said, I've gotten to a point like that at jobs as well, of being sick and tired of being sick and tired. Not just with relationships, but other stuff too. That's a relationship as well. Even if it's the business partner. A business partner that's slacking, that's not doing their part of the job, or being part of the team, and you doing all the work, that gets old after a while. And like I said, we have to realize that if we want different, we have to start doing different. Regardless as to what the other folks are doing or how they're going to feel about the situation. They may not be happy, and I understand that's okay. But like I said, you have to do what you have to do for yourself at some point. And not cater to everybody else. Like I said, that was one thing that me going through relationships and trying to, of course, walk on eggshells and trying to figure things out, and maybe we can work on this or get therapy or get coaching, which we did. Didn't work, but still. You have to be with somebody that wants to work on the situation in order for things to work, especially if it's a relationship. If that other person is not willing to do the work or to make any changes, then no, it's not going to work. It's sad to say. I know you may love the person. I loved him as well. I mean, he was, well, to some extent, a good person to be. Well, he liked to travel, go walking, do all the exercise, do all that kind of stuff. Do all the fun stuff, I guess I put it that way. Now, I love doing that. But the other things are just like, what in the world? But like I said, you have to take the bitter with the sweet sometimes. Yes, while you may love the person, want to still have feelings for the person, yes, you may still have feelings, and that's fine. But you have to realize, what are you willing to put up with? That's how I look at every relationship. What am I looking to put up with? If I'm going into this relationship knowing that this person can't pay bills or this person can't communicate, then what am I willing to put up with? Knowing that it's probably not going to change down the line. In some cases, it can. But in some cases, if they're not willing to change because you cannot control them, then you may not get what you're looking for. And that was something that I know now, that I had to realize too. And y'all, I'm actually getting ready to, of course, pull up at work now. So I'm going to have to get off here. But like I said, I hope that I at least had a light bulb go off in somebody's head today. I guess I put it that way. And like I said, I don't even know the title of this video. I'll title it soon, shortly. I guess I put it that way. But I know I was talking about moving, relocating, but making sure that you shift your mindset, shift the way that you're thinking, in order for you to have a different way of life when you get to that point. Whether it's a new house, a new place you're moving to, a new job you're going to, a new partner you're going to, whatever it is new. You have to make sure that if you're wanting different, that you have to start doing different, y'all. It doesn't matter to just relocate and move somewhere where you haven't done anything to even create any kind of changes. You're going to have the same situation repeat itself. No matter where you are in life, if you don't start making those inner changes. And like I said, that's what I love to talk about. But like I said, I definitely got to get off here. I want to thank Sharitha and Yvette. Thank you all for watching this morning for the Car Chronicles. I hope y'all have a great day. And make sure that y'all share this out with anybody, whether it's on your page, you want to share it on your Facebook page or your blog or that kind of thing. Feel free to do so. Or tag some people in the video so they can see this as well. Especially if you think that they need to hear this message and that it brought value to you. So with that, I'll see y'all tomorrow morning about the same time, 7:30ish, Central Standard Time in the morning. So I'll see y'all then for the next Car Chronicles. Take care, y'all, and have a great rest of your day.